The anti-Australia note changes. It's business as usual.
Tutaia, Barrett Chase, her first touch of this gold medal game. Van Dijk dumps it back out for Scarlett to get her first touch.
And what Barrett Chase will add to this for New Zealand is a very quick release of the ball. She's a very fast player, but her hands are very quick in the delivery, and they'll want that. That will open up Arjen Van Dijk if she can do her thing.
Okay, contact against Van Dijk this time. So Gerard offers herself for Ferman.
There's actually Tutaia out of play, and it was just on the baseline that Gary Burgess picked that.
Nurse away to Medhurst. Coming right out from the circle is McMahon. Big ball over to the pocket to Nurse, and Medhurst is there. Quick 1-2 will get her towards the post.
Good screen at the top of the circle from Von Berto, allowing that corner space to Lauren Nurse, but Australia can't convert.
And there's an example of why, from Casey Chambers, the Silver Ferns have dominated the rebounds throughout the tournament. Far and away the best rebound stats. Australia sitting in 8th. Tutaia now. I was thinking country music, Casey Chambers as opposed to Casey Williams. But she's on song at least anyway, in defence either way. Nurse.
Von Berto looking for the front cut, hard to find, a lot of pressure on court. Contact goes against Langman. It's a great tussle in the midcourt between the two centres.
Little bounce ball from the skipper to Nurse, brings it back to the post.
Well, we'll see her go to the post. I'm sure that was addressed in the break. She avoided on about 3 occasions, taking shooting responsibility. She was looking for the offload and it came undone. That's a better start from the Diamonds captain.
Well, Langman putting a teammate under a bit of pressure. Barrett Chase using that pace that we've already mentioned. Over the top, she was almost there for it, Ferman. Caught the goal, as you saw. Good quick hands on the 1-2 from Tutaia and Barrett Chase.
And those hands lifting the crowd who are trying to lift the Silver Ferns.
Yep.
Good defence from the Silver Ferns. Those long arms of Scarlett's were everywhere.
That's obstruction from Scarlett, who didn't take the first position cleanly. It's advanced in the call.
Huge contingent of Australian Com Games athletes behind us.
Great athleticism from Barrett Chase then to land that in the centre.
They're enjoying this. Medhurst did well with the give and go for Gerard to be able to pop it over the top. That pass didn't find its mark though. She looked for Von Berto.
Australia can't believe the call. It was an Australian throw in, and it's been called on the far side by Gary Burgess as a Silver Fern.
Good long ball. Van Dijk, though, again being well defended by Ferman. It left Tutaia with a chance down on the goal line, but Ferman doing a good job on Van Dijk.
See Scarlett then, the huge jump on the whistle to land just inside is adding a wall of arm across that line, making visibility hard for the Australians.
Medhurst driving through the centre.
Yeah, Grant did well then to block the shooter-to-shooter play. She's just playing offline nicely.
Inside the 90 centimetres. So another opportunity for McMahon.
Nobody would retreat to get that ball. Medhurst going to get the ball would have meant she wouldn't be able to block the other Silver Fern defender, Grant, out from the shot, so she wasn't prepared to go. They hold their space. Will she finish it?
It's 3 again, as it was at half-time. A little bit of a bump from Von Berto on Barrett Chase. Langman, Tutaia offers. Contact between Gerard and Tutaia.
Concentration on the face of Ferman, who's got one eye on the shot, one on Van Dijk's move. And she's put out of play.
It's put a little hold on Van Dijk.
Monia Gerard will know that she needs to really up the pressure on Maria Tutayer, who's shooting well at the start of this third quarter. Beautiful ball. Brilliant ball from Lauren Nurse to pick up the Diamonds captain, and Sherelle McMahon responds well. What a beautiful play between the two Australian attackers, and what great start in this quarter from Sherelle McMahon, who had a moment in the second of avoiding going to the post and is now really lifted as a captain does.
Oh, she put that little lean on again, and I think it was a little lucky call, that one.
I think Van Dijk will welcome the call. Furman and Gerard have been in great form. They need to sustain that pressure.
Williams gets a touch on it.
See, the Silver Fern defenders are coming out of the circle to tackle the ball as Scarlett takes one. Nurse stopping on the lead. Scarlett's arms are doing the trick, and New Zealand are really attacking from the back.
She had a bit to say to the umpire too, Nurse. You'll want to watch that.
That is contact on the tap.
Langman, good ball to Van Dijk, the 38-year-old veteran. She'll be the oldest medalist in Commonwealth Games netball history at the end of this. The question is which colour. At the moment, it's a one-goal game, and the Silver Ferns are coming back at the Diamonds.
Brilliant piece of play from the Silver Ferns. They're finding their mark easily, and the pressure is on in defence.
They've lifted the crowd, and they've got themselves back on level terms. They were down by 3 at the half-time break.
Australia just stopping on the leads and making the one move and not re-offering back to the ball. They need to shorten it, use the speed. That's better play. Good patience from Nurse, and what a lead from Medhurst, who finishes for Australia. There's spaces behind this New Zealand defence because they're coming out so hard and so early, and Australia need to make them pay. Here's on turnover for the defenders. Yeah, smart play for McMahon. She knew she was under pressure from Grant, so she rolled back onto the ball to make that clear to Campbell.
As we have a look at the turnover, it was a poor ball and well defended from Von Berto.
Brilliant vice-captain role, Nat Von Berto playing.
Well, good ball. And a nice little feed in as well. And the big split from McMahon. She looks to go shooter to shooter.
More chat to the umpire. See the screen, Meadows trying to keep Williams off the shot, but just enough out of the fingertips of the Diamond skipper. Breathing space.
And look how quickly you can turn around. It was 27 all, less than a minute ago, and now a 3-goal margin, but that'll be pulled back to 2.
Furman caught wandering momentarily, leaving too much space between herself and Van Dijk.
To Hanlon, to Von Berto, Medhurst. Nurse offered, couldn't get it to her. Had to go back to Gerard. Now there's a call for some obstruction somewhere. It's up at the top of the transverse line.
Well, just missed the move from Medhurst. Pressure on the outside of this circle. Now it goes against Lauren Nurse, who's not having things all her own way since Scarlett entered the game. Blocked out by Hallinan and Furman. Furman needs to keep Van Dijk contained now, not give her easy access. She's found her way back on court under the post.
And Furman trying to get in front of her, but they'll pop it over the top, and it was well taken. Brilliant pass, but brilliant athleticism from the great shooter.
Centre to follow will give New Zealand the chance to equalise.
Scarlett having to go back to Williams, Langman.
Both ends of the court, great deal of pressure across the transverse line, holding up their attack. Tutayer just having the better of the battle between Gerard and Tutayer just in this recent 5-7 minute section. Furman needs to be disciplined, stay off the ball. She had good reach. She can't afford to follow it. She just needs to hold and leave space.
Again, good rebound skills from Van Dijk.
And again, that's seen as contact on the ball. So Gary Burgess deeming the attacking player in possession, not moving the ball into the defender, but the defender coming down on the ball.
We're tied up. Gerard to Nurse, breaking quickly. McMahon offers. Through to Von Berto. Can't find a way back into the circle, but there's a contact call from obstruction against Medhurst.
That cross-court ball was made for Casey Williams, but it's all eyes on the shooters in the circle, and they're more concentrating on the one-on-one contest. Denise Langford, Kim Green's mother, watching anxiously in the stands. We may see her daughter introduced into the game if the forward line doesn't gain confidence. Here's a chance.
Just too high for Van Dyke from Barrett Chase.
Well, the world number 1 and 2 not letting us down in the last medal to be contested in Delhi. We expected a goal-for-goal contest. We're getting exactly that. Nurse needs to keep the speed coming, keep the leads coming, change the angles, get these heads turning in this Silver Fern defence line. Goes against Scarlett outside the circle, so a bit of breathing space, but the Australian shooters working so hard to get a little bit of room, the length of the arms and the agility of these defenders and their combination as Williams goes up cleanly and well. McMahon was sure that would be off Williams' hands. How could it possibly be a deflection from Casey Williams and the throw-in go to the Silver Ferns? See there, Nurse working from the back foot, the landed foot, though Scarlett had stepped on.
Over the top to Toutayer, gets the better of Gerard that time and brings them back level again.
Up from Casey Williams, deemed by Campbell that the last touch was from McMahon.
I think it may have been too, looking at that replay. As it now comes back for a chance for Medhurst to keep this a goal-by-goal contest. She does
Brilliant composure from Toutayer before her, but equalled by Medhurst. And spare a thought for these girls, an equal mixture of composure and passion required to claim gold. Monia Gerard knows she needs to keep the feet going. It keeps to disguise the options. They go over the top to Van Dyke. Furman working hard over the shot, but just a little short.
32 apiece.
Just over 2 minutes until three-quarter time. Touch there from Scarlett, her long arms making a difference at wing defence.
It's a big play this. They'll have the next centre, so a chance to take a lead and to make it 2 in a moment as Van Dyke puts it away. Langman now from the centre, gets it away to Barrett Chase, but there's been an offside call.
The momentum all with the Silver Ferns at the moment. Australia scrambling.
Oh, but they've given the pass away again. So the chance there for Australia after that call had gone their way has now gone begging. Got another opportunity for the Silver Ferns, this time to get out by 2. Popped over the top. Can she handle it? She does. A big stretch as well.
Great work, Susan Furman, but they're not able to rebound.
Lifting.
Good support from Hallinan. Touch on it from Scarlett. Her arms are so dangerous at the moment.
Very noisy crowd now as they try and lift the Silver Ferns. There's a lot of support for them in this crowd. The Australian bench is beginning to warm up as well. So 45 seconds is the sign being held up by the Australians. A great ball to Van Dyke, who chooses not to go for goal.
Good pressure from Nat Von Berto, but it draws an offside call, so it'll be a free pass just inside the circle.
Importantly, they're a free pass, not a free pass or shot.
Touch of brilliance there from Barrett Chase to go so low as the Australians are looking at the high ball. Great ball, incisive ball, picks up the captain.
Well, would have loved that long range.